everyone, welcome to our microcontroller playlist. So in today's video, we will learn about what is microcontroller and types of microcontrollers. So let's get started. So a microcontroller is a small and low-cost microcomputer which is designed to perform some specific task. Some specific task like washing machine, microcontroller is inside a washing machine, an oven, your mobile phones, etc. So there is a specific task that has been assigned to a microcontroller. Like in washing machine, the task is to wash your clothes, drain your clothes, dry your clothes. Like in oven, the task is to uh, make your food heat up, cook it, bake things. So it has different tasks in different places. So in general, a microcontroller consists of the processor, the memory, which is RAM, ROM, and EEPROM, serial ports, and peripherals. So, in detail, a microcontroller consists of processor, memory, and peripherals and serial ports. Peripherals are used to connect input-output devices. Peripherals are used to connect input-output devices such as keyboard, mouse, printer, etc. Now, the third point is 8051 microcontroller is designed by Intel in 1981. So, the microcontroller 8051 was designed by Intel in 1981. So, this is not that much important point, but yes, it was designed by Intel in 1981. And 8051 is a 8-bit microcontroller. Not 16-bit, not 32-bit, but 8-bit microcontroller. It is it is a 8-bit microcontroller. 8051 is a 8-bit microcontroller built with 40 pins DIP, which is dual inline package. 40 pins mean, see, as you can see here, there are 20 pins on this side and 20 pins on the other side. Therefore, it is known as 40 pins DIP, dual inline package. 1, 2, dual inline package. 4 KB of ROM storage and 128 bytes of RAM storage and 216 bits of timers. We will learn about timers in our upcoming videos, not right now. So for now, you just have to remember that a microcontroller had 40 pins DIP, 4 KB of ROM, and 128 bytes of RAM storage, and 216-bit timers. For now, just remember this much. And it consists of 4 parallel 8-bit ports. So as mentioned before, it consists of 4 parallel 8-bit ports. As I told you here in peripherals, that it is used to connect input-output devices. So it consists of 4 parallel 8-bit ports simply means that we have 4 ports, which means we have 4 input-output ports through which we can transfer or receive data, which are of 8-bit. So which are programmable as well as addressable, which means we can program the input output ports, or we can use it as input port or output port with whichever is required from us. We can use it in both ways. So let's now see types of microcontrollers. So types of microcontroller. A microcontroller can be divided into various categories based on memory, architect, bits, and instruction set. So a microcontroller can be divided into various parts, but based on memory, bits, and instruction. Usually memory, bits, and instruction, not on architecture. Okay. So based on bits, it can be divided into 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. And as I have told you, 8051 is a 8-bit microcontroller. And based on memory, it can be divided by program memory, which is ROM, I guess, and data memory, which is RAM. And based on instruction set, it can be divided into 2 parts, CISC and RISC. So let's see what are these. So for bits, let's see for bits. We will be comparing only 8 bits and 16-bit, not 32-bit, because it's not necessary to compare 3 bits at a time. We will not compare 32 bits. So 8-bit, as I have told you, remember that 80, we are studying about microcontroller, which is 8051, which is a 8-bit microcontroller. So let's see. The major difference between 8-bit, 16-bit microcontroller is that width of the pipe. as the name suggests, as you can see that 8-bit microcontroller will only have 8-bit data pipes, and 16-bit microcontroller will have 16-bit data pipe. So you can assume by yourself that which one is better. Of course, 16-bit microcontroller is better. And the second point is that the 16-bit gives you a lot of more precision than the 8-bit. The 16-bit microcontroller, which is a 16-bit microcontroller, gives you a lot more precision and arithmetic, lot more precision, which means you will get your answers a lot more accurately when you're performing arithmetic or mathematical or logical operations. So yes, it is also a plus point for 16-bit microcontrollers. The third point states that 16-bit microcontroller is a lot more efficient on processing maths operations on numbers that are longer than 8 bits. As I have told you that the numbers which are longer than 8 bits can be performed easily on 16-bit. A 16-bit microcontroller have longer timers than 8-bit microcontrollers. It as I have told you that we will study about the timers in our upcoming slides, not right now. So let's skip this point. Now let's look to the fifth point, which is 16-bit microcontrollers are slightly more expensive than 8-bit microcontrollers. As you can see, it is having a upper hand on 8-bit, so it is also a little bit expensive. Now let's see about the memory. So memory. Sorry, microcontroller which is divided based upon memory. So as I told you, memory was of two types: data bit and programmable data. For minimal memory application, the 8051 has data memory and code memory, also known as program memory, which in certain application is not enough. As I told you that 8-bit microcontroller has a little bit disadvantage when it comes to a larger data, because its memory is limited. Its RAM memory was only 128 bytes. So yes, its RAM memory is limited, so we will be facing problem when saving our data. So but we have a solution for that. We can add external memory, as I have written here. So we need to expand the memory space of 8051 microcontroller. We can expand the memory by adding an external memory. Second point states that while internal RAM is, as I have told that internal RAM is only 128 bytes. So therefore, we have to add external memory when calculating with bigger data. The 8051 supports external RAM up to 64. It only supports up to 64 GB. Okay. So let's talk about ROM. ROM serves as a program memory. As I told you, there were two types of memory: program memory and data memory, in which ROM serves as a program memory while RAM serves as a data memory. I will differentiate it right now in the next point. As you can see that 8051 microcontroller memory is divided into two, into program memory and data memory. The program memory is known as ROM. Okay. Program memory, which is this one. Program memory is known as ROM, in other words, and it is used to save the data permanently, which means for permanent saving program being executed. It means that after your program has been executed, your work has been done, then it will save your data. Which will save your data? Program memory, which is known as ROM. Okay. And now, what is data memory? Data memory is used for temporarily saving and keeping immediate results and variables. Data memory, which is RAM, is used to save only the data when we are compiling our data or instruction. When we have given any instruction to a microcontroller and it is executing our instruction, so data memory only saves our memory until our program has been fully executed, and it will return the result, this and it will only save till this. It will not save our result after we have executed for a long run, but it will only show until we are executing our program. Okay. But program memory, which is ROM, saves our memory permanently after our program has been executed, but data memory only saves our memory until our program is running. Yes. So a microcontroller was divided into three part based on three parts, which were bits, memory, and third one is instruction. Instruction set is not that much important. You just have to remember that instruction set were of two types: RISC and CISC. The full form of RISC is reduced instruction set compiler, and CISC is complex instruction set compiler. You just have to remember this. It is not that much important. So, if so, a quick recap: a microcontroller is of a micro. We will study about 8051 microcontroller, which is a 8-bit microcontroller, and it is having 4 4 KB of ROM and 128 bytes of RAM storage and 2 bytes of timer. Just don't remember about it. We will discuss about it later. So, and it is having 4 parallel bits port. Okay, it is a quick recap. And if we have to divide the microcontroller, we have to divide it on the basis of bits, memory, and instruction set. Okay, bits consist of 3: 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. Memory is divided into program memory and data memory. Instruction is divided into CISC and RISC. With the comparison of 8-bit and 16-bit, we have clearly understood that 16-bit is way more better than 8-bit. But we can still use 8-bit because we can add an external memory in 8-bit. And 8-bit is what? 8051 microcontroller. Okay, 8051 is of 8-bit. And in program of what we read about program and data memory was, what was data memory? Do you remember? Data memory was our RAM and program memory was our ROM. So program memory was used to store data permanently after the data has been executed, but data memory was only saving the data till our program has been executed. So that's it for today's video.